I would say the most significant change compared to recent years is that geopolitics, and specifically the risk of state-based armed conflict, is now at number one in terms of short-term risks. So for 2025, we have almost 1/4 of all respondents who suggest that geopolitical risk, and specifically state-based armed conflict, is what they're most worried about. And it's not only conflict, it's also geo-economic confrontation, which is at number 3 in the short-term risk ranking. Again, this is a significant rise compared to previous years. Like last year and like previous years, environmental risks really dominate the top 10 of the 10-year risk ranking. So we have extreme weather events at number 1, biodiversity loss and ecosystem collapse, critical change to Earth systems, natural resource shortages, and pollution. So those are 5 environmental risks in the top 10 on a 10-year time horizon. Environmental risks since around 2017 have been consolidating their position as the top long-term risks. Environmental risks are becoming more imminent, that they are here today and that action needs to be taken urgently to address these risks is a reality that we face today. I think that's reflected in this year's survey results. Mm-hmm. Well, environmental risks are typical risk that is very cross-border in nature, right? So all the ones I mentioned, they can only be addressed if people work together, countries, governments, private sector, civil society. If everybody works together in a cross-border, multilateral way, because the risks themselves just don't know any borders. And I think there are a range of areas that need further work at a multilateral level in order to diminish environmental risks over time. One of the ways in which we discuss AI in the Global Risks Report is as it relates to misinformation and disinformation, and in turn to the polarization of society. So AI is making it a lot easier to create and to distribute fast and at scale misinformation and disinformation. And it can be an issue as well at an international level between countries. So there's a lot of work ahead in terms of making sure that AI in the future is safe, does not have negative consequences. There are norms that need to be established at a global level, transparency, accountability. But I'd also say at an individual and organizational level, one very important point is that there needs to be regular and updated training of individuals who are using AI in their modeling, in their work, and also individuals who are the consumers of AI-generated content. So it's important for us all to learn, to distinguish what is real from what is not real. And I think, and this is also, one of the messages that the World Economic Forum is giving, this year and also in previous years, is that ultimately there's no substitute for these big economies to work together and to find common ground on all aspects of AI regulation and impacts on citizens. I think as you mentioned, each bloc, each economy has its areas of specific knowledge, specific experience, expertise, and ideally these should all be brought together in a collaborative way, bringing in different stakeholders and looking at all angles of the issue and then coming to solutions together.